everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Bottom Line. I'm your host, Lauren Kalil. Our show is brought to you by Vuori. I have an unhealthy amount of joggers. I'm sure these ladies can vouch for that too. But Vuori's performance joggers, they take the cake as the softest, most comfortable pants. Make sure to check out the description below for 20% off of your first purchase. On today's episode of The Bottom Line, we have Jamie Hagiya and Bella Martin here to reveal their women's division podium picks. They're in. How difficult was this one this year, ladies?
Oh, man. You want to start, Bella? You go ahead.
It was challenging. I'll tell you that. I'm looking through leaderboards, past performances from the year, and I'm sitting there and I don't want to write a number down. I don't want to commit to it. So that's how I'm feeling.
Like I did it, and then I was like, oh, no. Now I'm like, I take it back. Let me try. I don't know. It's like, and it'll be really interesting because we have these locked in, and then when the games comes, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And that's what I really feel. I mean, maybe the podium was easier. We'll get into another segment that we're doing, looking beyond the podium. Do you think that 1 through 3 was easier than picking 4 through 10?
Not really, honestly. Like, there's so many talented, fit women that literally this top 3, like anyone in this top 10, I feel like can make the top 3. Really, I mean, well, Tia, and then the second, third are like spots up for grabs. So that's how I felt.
I mean, I agree with that. I think top 5 they were pretty easy, and then it was 6 through 10 for me where I really struggled. There are people that we've been watching all year. After the performance at semis, I'm thinking, okay, these are my top 5. And then it comes down to everybody else who I think are phenomenal athletes, but it's those top 5 spots that I really believe in these athletes and what they're going to put forth on the comp floor. I'm eager to see what they're going to do on the comp floor and how that's going to shake out with those athletes. But I think 1 through 5 I think we're good.
Okay, so before we reveal both of your 1 through 3, number 1, you both have Tia-Clair Toomey. I'm curious if you guys think that she's going to run away with it with a similar point spread as last year, or if you think that the gap between first and second is going to narrow.
Jamie, you can go first. You go for it.
I think she's untouchable, to be honest. I think some athletes will get close in certain events, but I think overall, after the 15 or 17 or however many events they're going to have after the long weekend or week, I think that she'll be a front runner in the front, and people will just have to kind of like chip away at her during the competition.
And I absolutely agree with that. I mean, she is the reigning champ, and I think there's a lot of pride and confidence that comes with that a lot of people, they don't have that. They're coming in and they're thinking, okay, well, how am I going to do? Tia knows how she's going to do. So all she has to do is exactly what she's done before. Watching her at Tori, and I kind of had a firsthand look on how she approaches the game.
Yeah.
I watched her win every single event. And something that was so amazing to me to watch is that she plays the game. Thinking back to that strength workout that she only needed to do 245 to win. She had 255 loaded. She pulled it off because she was thinking, I don't need to do that. I already have the event win. I don't need to. And so I think if we see events like that where there is a game and there's going to be a little bit of strategy, she has it. And so for me, she was the easy one. I'm confident in that pick. I'm confident as long as she wants to, she will be the fittest woman on earth.
All right, let's get into the rest of the podiums. Jamie, we're going to start with you, and both of your second and third were different, so I think that makes it a little more interesting. But Jamie's pick, Tia at the top, then Mel O'Brien scooting into the second place, and then Cara Saunders. How did you add these two into the podium?
Okay, and maybe I'm a little biased because I was at Granite Games, so Bella got to see Tia at Tori, and I got to see Mel at Granite Games, and she's a teenager, and to think about how far ahead there's so many different things. One, she's being coached by Matt, who was Tia's training partner. So if anyone knows Tia the best and how she performs and what she's going to do and how to attack workouts, it's Matt. And Matt is Mel's coach. So he's going to give her the best shot at beating her. Trying to contend against her. And so I don't know. I just think like that whole weekend, she clearly she won, 4 out of the 6 workouts, and she was just so composed, and I think she really had more in the tank to give. So that's how I came up with Mal for second, and then Cara. I mean, she's a 9 times games athlete. She's finished in the top 10 5 times. This woman knows what it feels like to be there, how to, what her body's going to feel like. And she just knows how to compete. She's competed against the best in the world so time after time, year after year again. So also she has a lot of experience going against Tia. And so I think if they're all healthy, if they all can, those are my top 3 picks for the end of the weekend.
All right, Bella, looking at your top 3 picks, you did have Mal O'Brien in the mix, but you had her in 3rd place and Emma McQuaid at 2nd. That pick to me is interesting. I want to hear how you snuck her into the mix on that podium.
So I love Emma as an athlete. I think she's awesome. And the reason I think she's awesome is because she is consistent. So when it comes to the games, yes, winning as many events as possible is always great, but consistently doing well or consistently just kind of being in the top is really what keeps you ahead of the rest of the crew. Some athletes you'll see, they will absolutely tank a workout and that brings them to the bottom, So thinking about Emma, watching her at semis, she came in 2nd at semis, had some event wins in there. She looked well-rounded. And I think, she was at WAZA as well. Incredible performance in Miami. So for me thinking, okay, who is someone that they might not be the flashiest athlete, but she's a safe pick in my opinion. She's someone who I know she's going to do really well. I know she's excited. I know she's hungry for some wins. So I am not surprised at all if she's up there with Tia. And going to Mal, I will tell you what, this was really challenging for me. I also think she could be second for Mal. I truly think, if I will give you my honest opinion, she is the next fittest woman on earth. I don't think it's this year, but she is the next fittest woman. And she's so young. And I think that's why at this point, she's not the fittest woman on earth, but I think that's why she will be. She, you said it yourself, she has the individualized attention from Matt Fraser. If there's anybody that knows what it takes to win again and again and again and repeat it on, it's Matt. So someone who has that attention is getting that guidance at 19 years old. The sky's the limit. And when that door is open for her, I know she's going to take it.
Do you think that door opening for her is going to be once Tia retires? Or do you think that if Tia just keeps on going, keeps on winning, that the gap will get smaller and maybe see Mal at the top?
I don't think so. I think Tia is the athlete that when she's done, she's done. And so I think whenever she decides she's ready to go back to Australia and move on with her life and do something else, I think that's when the doors open. But I think Tia's going to control that narrative and she's going to decide when she's done.
Okay, so later this week, we're going to be looking at your picks of 4 through 10 without giving too many spoilers away just yet. Who were both of your dark horses, maybe from that list that you thought, okay, maybe this person could sneak on the podium? Jamie, we'll start with you.
Oh gosh, it went between 2 people. You want me to tell it now?
Yeah, give us those 2 people.
Laura Horvath and Haley Adams, they're right there. They have so much experience. They know what it feels like to be in that top 5 on the podium for Laura. And so I just think that they really, depending on what the workouts are, they can totally sneak in that top 3 as well.
Bella, who is your sneaky person who might come up?
So I also have Haley, but I'll tell you what, I think Brooke, if I'm just throwing an athlete out there that I want to see succeed this year, it's Brooke Wells. I think she had an amazing run at semis. I'm so excited that she's healthy. And I think last year, she was showing everybody what she has. I think she's a phenomenal athlete. And I think mentally, that hard part for her is over. And I think she's moving forward full steam. She's ready. So I think I'm really looking forward to see what Brooke Wells puts up.
All right, Jamie, what's your bottom line? The bottom line is that Tia will be that number 1 spot again. So that 6-1, she'll make history in that. 2nd and 3rd, it is a tight race. But I do feel like Mal can make that next spot into that second place. And then third, I'm going to go with Cara, but we'll see what happens.
Bella, what's your bottom line?
Bottom line, Tia is and will be the fittest woman on earth as long as she wants the title. Emma, consistency. She plays the game, but will also have the next fittest woman on earth on that podium with her. Tell you that.
Awesome. I love your picks, guys. We'll see you next time.